Thank you. This is our second year of running Collaborative Apps Roundtable brought to you by Microsoft Teams Engineering. We've got folks from Teams Engineering here. We've also got some of our partners who have apps within Microsoft Teams also here, plenty of customers. So we're hoping to keep this session really interactive. Just as house rules, please feel free to use the chat to ask your questions, anything that you might have. We've got folks taking care to answer your questions right through the session. But if at any point of time you've got a question that you want to raise and you think, you just want to ask the question, feel free to also unmute and ask. That being said, let's jump right in. I just want to set some context here. Hybrid work is not coming. Hybrid work is here to stay. It's already here. We are experiencing it on a daily basis. We've got pockets of people working together in person from different offices and the rest of us being remote, which is creating a lot of very interesting scenarios in terms of how we start to communicate, how we start to collaborate and stay informed. And we're seeing more organizations offer such flexibilities, a lot of increase in remote work. And what this leads to is so many different styles in which we are going to collaborate moving forward. That's the fun bit, and that's the interesting part. Where the challenges come is we've started to see so much increase in terms of meeting times, and we started to see a lot of emails, an extra amount of communication that's starting to happen. And this is where how we collaborate and how we communicate and how we try to bridge them together, and especially when we start to do more and more meetings where you've got people together and people apart. How do we make sure everybody is included? How do we make sure everybody stays informed and gets to participate actively and equally within these meetings start to become a real challenge? And this is where I think collaborative tools and collaborative apps come into play, because the applications that we interact with, where we consume information, create information, and the tools where we communicate with each other start to stay separate and stay disconnected. And our goal is to bring them together where our communication and the applications where we interact with can be within the same platform. And as you would already know, Microsoft Teams offers collaborative apps within the platform itself. And today we're going to be focusing on the square that you see to your left, which is we've got plenty of ready to use applications that you're already using outside of Teams, which you can bring within which you can start using within Teams itself to start consuming information together as an organization and to create information together as an organization. We are extremely proud to say that there's probably more than 1,500 at this point, but and we've seen phenomenal growth in terms of the number of collaborative apps that we see within Teams today. Some of these logos that you might be familiar with, we're going to be showing you a lot more in this session, where we want to showcase how these apps allow you to get started fast, how they are ready to use, and where they add value. And I just mentioned about meetings, and meetings is a recurring space. We will never stop creating meetings, whether it's remote or it's hybrid. And in a lot of cases, even in person, if you want your meetings to be recorded and so on, we will continue to use meetings. And to make those meetings richer, for you to get better results, is the theme of this morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on where you're from. And Teams allows you to be able to use apps within meetings to literally support any business scenario or your business needs. I've sort of just put a handful of scenarios over here, which might, apply to your organization. But for the rest of us, there are so many that you could use. Today in this session, we're going to be highlighting some of these scenarios, allowing you to see showcases, ask questions, tell us about the apps that you use in your organization, and tell us about what you would like to use within your organization. And at the end of the session, we would like to get in touch with you and help you unlock that.